That's awesome. What a crap roll. 300. Um, so great. Okay, so you don't really spot much of anything going on here. It seems to be relatively quiet. You hear the bustle of the festival, several hundred feet back towards the city. It's loud and echoes out here in this portion of the cave. There's a bit there's a certain piece to this section of where the estate is. It's outside the lowest ring of the city, so it's just huge open cavern here with large stone pillars, those big luminous crystals and bioluminescent fungi along the wall. Behind the house is this huge chasm that has light shining up out of it and down from the ceilings, and there's a little drip drops of water from the ceiling here and there, and just sort of a stillness and chill to the air, but nothing seems to be disturbing it except the slowly, very slowly dying down sounds from the city. All right. Is there anything else you want to do, Emil, or are you going to continue keeping lookout?
Keep the vigil.
Okay, neat. All right, Aaron, you are in the kitchen with 3 bags of donuts or whatever you have. What are you up to?
More like 2 now.
Nice.
She'll take, well, because I was handing them out to people, and ate a few more. She'll take a couple, and she's going to head outside to where Emil is with in Rain's temple. She's gonna walk up and say, "Hey, can I talk to you and Rain for a moment? Is that all right?" Knock on the door, Rain.
Dan, I was gonna mention, when you asked Emil to make an insight, I was gonna leave the door cracked. I meant to say this a while ago, so Rain would have heard Erwin. So it's just, there you go. Okay. I'm gonna step out.
All right.
She'll offer a donut to each of them.
I accept the donut.
I had some questions. So I met someone at the fest. Is it okay? Are you guys busy? You're doing anything or?
I was just praying.
All right, she's gonna.
This sounds like a very interesting story. Please tell us about your new friend.
Yeah. So yeah, I met young girl, looked about the same age as one of my sisters at the fair, and we kind of went around and we talked about magic. Yeah.
How young?
Like about 9.
Aaron?
Yeah. What?
Okay, continue.
Yeah, and so we went around, we talked around, and she told me a lot about magic, I was like, okay, that's really weird, but that's also really cool. And we just had a great time, and then she kind of came up to me and was like, she kind of did that weird thing, where little kids can suddenly be super mature, like tiny adults, and she's like, "You've been hurt, haven't you?" And I was like, "Yes." And so she took my hands, and then I was in outer space, in the sky, and I could see everything that I had experienced, good and bad.
Yeah, the dwarves have some mushrooms like that, I understand.
Except I am not sure if I saw this right or not, but this little girl, she told me her name was Caitlin Moonsong.
Religion checked up?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I was gonna. Oh wait, I have no fantasy grounds out.
She's not done. She also had, when we were in this nighttime sky thing, she had these 7 stars arranged behind her. I just wanted to double check that meant what I thought it meant with you guys.
As you know, I've been a cleric for weeks now, and I know a great deal about not very many religions. It sounds like it might be something, but what do you think, Rain?
Well, I've only served the Raven Queen, so I don't know any other deities.
It seemed
Who
to
do you think it is, Aaron?
Mistra, the goddess of magic.
What were your religion checks? I'm so sorry.
9.
24.
Okay.
I'm not trained in religion, I guess.
I gotcha.
It's an intelligent thing, which is stupid, but it's
Nice.
okay.
And side
I'm not
note,
salty.
nice. Steph, if you get a chance, I'm sorry, I think Blueberry closed out their video. I don't. If you get the chance, if you can do this.
I see it.
Sorry, thank you.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay.
No, it's okay. I did it just before Steph was 80% through, so you're good. Let's see. All right. So as far as Caitlin Moonsong, yeah, Rain, you've heard of this. You've dealt with a number of people in your life so far that you've been around religion. You've been around people that come to see you to try and talk to dead. Obviously, living have an interest in that. And so you've heard tales and stories here and there of the very basics of Mistra. Caitlin Moonsong has been known to be an avatar of Mistra and often appears as a slim young girl with a graceful bearing, large dark eye. I mean, you got a 20-something, so you know this. Large dark eyes and short crop blonde hair. And let's see. What was your roll again? 20, was it?
24.
20?
17 plus 7.
Okay. So you know that sometimes she's actually possessed by Mistra, and when that happens, reports have been given that she appears a little bit taller, and her hair actually moves a bit and floats and moves as if it were alive. Which you would have seen Aaron Wynn in the constellation thing would have been happening.
Goody.
Okay. I relate that message back to Aaron Lynn. So, I mean, it could have been her, but
It stands to reason. I mean, I would imagine Rune children would be of special interest to Mistra.
She's called me one of her rune children.
Give me the scissors, please.
So my question is, you guys have your gods that you talk with, right?
mm-hmm.
Talk with, dice with, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
We'll let Rain answer first because his is a little unconventional.
I knew you were going to do that. I come to
So
my
true.
I come here and I just sit and pray. That's basically what I do. And if I hear an answer, she shows. And if I don't, then that's okay with me.
With me, it's sometimes I'll just hold my dice and think about things. Sometimes I'll go to a tavern and play a low stakes game. Hopefully nobody's cheating, and just look. I worship luck. Luck flows out of many things in life. In dice games, it's easy to see. In a week's worth of adventuring, it's sometimes not as easy to see. But the point is, my God and I commune in a particular way that suits us. I'm sure you could commune with Mistra or pray to her in a very standard way, but she didn't make you into a standard person. So I suspect that if you are one of her children, then doing something very much in tune with your nature may be what she wants you to do to pray to her or to commune with her.
She told me she was going to help me work through my past. And to keep my love of magic. But I'm worried.
In what way? Do you want what she's offered you?
Well, yeah, like it's knowledge of magic and everything, like everything about magic that I've ever wanted, and everything that I've wanted to know about who I am is from her. But I feel like I'm not just going to be given that. I'm going to have to do something in return. And I don't really know her very well. So I'm afraid of what that could be.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things to consider. First of all, I think before you give an answer, you can probably find out more about her. I would speak with Kaylin. She has access to a number of books. There may very well be, I'll grant you, this dwarven town might not be the best place to find a priest or priestess of Mistra, but you never know. And you can learn more about what others have said of her nature and her bargains. But I think the other thing to bear in mind, and I can only speak on the experience of my god, is that the bargains and offers that the gods make with us are not the same as what people do. I think if a person came to you, Aaron, with your experience and said, I will offer you answers, you would be looking for the string attached. There may not be a string attached in the way that you would expect here. There may still be something that she wants or needs, but maybe it's actually something that you want too. I can't answer that. But some research, some talking with other people, and going at your own pace, and flat out asking her over time, you may find the answers you're looking for.
And if you need help with your research, Erwin, don't hesitate to ask me.
I need help with my research, Rain.
I'm gonna close my door to my temple. Has it been 24 hours? I don't.
No, it's been like half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start heading towards the estate and join everybody else. And then I'm gonna try to find Blueberry.
You want me to stay here and keep guard? Rain?
No. I just wanted you to stand guard while I was in there. I feel comfortable with your presence around.
All right. Emil will put away his daggers and follow you then.
Oh,
Munching on his donut.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat my donut on the way, walk into the estate.
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right. Well, I'm going to back up time a little bit.
And while I'm walking, I'm going to keep an eye out for Galathor as well.
Okay.
Just want to say that.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for Blueberry.
Okay. All right, I'm going to back up time a little bit to when Devanya was approaching the house. So this is around the time that Galathor was probably getting ready to come out of his room, because this was kind of right away. Devanya, you approach the house. What would you like to do? Jeremiah's inside and he's cleaning up the main room, the sitting room.
My good sir.
Hey, what is it?
How long has this place been built? Like, how old is this place?
Well, I'm not from here myself. However, it's been here at least a few decades. It's my understanding that it belonged to young Kaelin's parents. So, several decades, 50, 70, perhaps longer, might have been in their family for a while. A bit odd that it's built outside the city, but if your friend Kaelin's any indication, she probably doesn't always play well with others.
Is it standard for places like this to be built within a city?
Usually, I likely again, your friend Kaelin has a way of making enemies with bad people, and here they don't like that so much. So you get cast outside the city. Their parents are probably the same.
So it's a bad thing.
Oh, it's considered a bad thing, but it seems like Kaelin and you folk have taken quite fondly to it.
But
It's
what
meant
if
to be a mark against you.
but what if you don't know if the person is bad?
Oh,
How can you be to blame for that though?
oh, right.
Isn't isn't that not fair?
There's plenty unfair in politics, plenty of grey area as well.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
Well, I've had some experience then, have you?
Yeah, let's just say politics destroyed my life.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Lois.
me too.
Well, if you ever need an ear to bend with a drink over the table, let me
No,
know.
is there a library around here?
Oh, I believe there was some remnants of one. We've restocked it, but without knowing the missus um, type or interests, we didn't bother filling up too much until we got some more word from her on what type of book she wanted in there. But there's some literature there that survived over the decades and some new stuff, mostly stories and such.
Mm, do you have any history books on Calais?
Oh, Calais. Oh, I
Calais?
don't even miss
Calais?
Calais. Oh, I
I always pronounce it
that.
wrong.
Oh, you're fine. I don't even miss that place, I'll tell you that. Everybody out for themselves. Can't really say this place is much better to me, but
At least you're alive.
right. No, I don't really think we do, but I may be able to answer some questions for you. I'm from there myself. Unless you're looking for like ancient
Is
history or
no. Um, is the town? Have you ever heard of this place called Miranda?
hey, I have family there. Or did.
Really?
Hey.
How recently?
Well, let's see. I was run out of there. Perhaps I don't know how long ago it was now. Maybe a decade or so. Whole city went to shite. Uh, Lost some friends. I run out to the city myself with some of my family. Took the first ship we could. Family didn't make it, but I did. Survived the wreck and ended up here on this God's forsaken island. Thanks, Liam. Okay, thanks, buddy. It's all set with the tag too, if you're ready. Okay, I'll hang. Okay, they'll hang out with me. Thank you.
Aw,
He got it for his birthday today.
that's so cute.
It's one
Happy
of his
birthday,
things.
Liam!
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Liam. I'll get him in a bit. Aye. It was a great city before that, though. If when you're looking for some information on it, while it was still prosperous and in one piece, before.
Any information on the history of the mayor?
Is that before? So there was a time before there was, well, what did he call himself? An entrepreneur that came in and just a weasel. Called himself mayor. Um, but before that, when it was just us, there was a kind, benevolent mayor that actually looked out for the city. You're looking for before or after?
Both.
I can, I can see what I can do. And he'll give you, some of the info that the mayor beforehand. Anybody? You're welcome. Maybe. And some after. Um, he doesn't really know much after, but oh well. He'll give you the name. I can't think of. Have it right here. Hang on a sec. Devanya. Right. He went by the name of Mal. Was the fool that came in, and was and true to his name. Took advantage of the city and the folks in it for capital gain. Um, Before that, and he'll tell you whatever I'm sorry, I don't have business, but
Oh,
the
you're
mayor
fine.
before that kind of covers how it was a pretty prosperous, peaceful, burgeoning sort of mining city, and it had good, for the most part, good people, and was a decent place to live. Everyone made sort of a good wage there. Everyone was taken care of. There was safety involved in the mining, and this Mal guy kind of came in and started like cutting corners and making things less safe and buying things out, and then you know who who knows what happened to the previous mayor, because suddenly he was mayor one day, and he was just all about making that money and trashing, or at least that's his interpretation. That's what I remember. Like I said, I only miss it. This place isn't much better, but still, there's some relative safety here.
So you're
Pay
from
wage.
you're from
Mm.
there.
Well, my family was there. My brothers, my sister, my mom, and pa. I was living there for about 5 years before all that went to shite. A bit down on my luck, and folks took me back in. And
She's like internally relieved.
nice,
Oh
nice.
shit moment.
It was a good 5 years before everything took place there. Um, and then something went wrong. Because people were getting hurt and killed and left and right. You had to flee.
She's just gonna go stark white as he's talking about that. Thank you for the knowledge that you shared. I know it must be
Sure,
difficult to share that.
a bit. When I ask what your interest is, do you have kin that live there?
I did.
Oh, are
Um,
they all right? Did they escape? Were they there when all that happened?
yes, and they did not escape.
Oh, lass.
Um, we're
My
alive.
condolences. Good, right? I suppose there's pros and cons to that, eh? Tough outliving you.
it's it's good to see a fellow person from there.
Hmm.
Um, I don't see very many outside or
Oh,
those that have managed to leave or escape. Her
you're the
voice is
first for
like
me.
cracking. She's just like,
Oh, yeah. Lass,
proud
don't worry about it here too much. I don't even want you hurting. Uh, Take yourself a drink, and I hear that there's some donuts in the kitchen. The dancing lass went prancing into the kitchen with some of those, and they smelled fine. They must be Madonna Hayes. Oh,
what's a donut?
oh, head straight to the kitchen, lass. You need this in your life if you like
Oh,
sweets at
okay.
all. Right,
Okay.
straight to the kitchen.
Okay.
You take
I'll
care,
turn
Lass.
around and go straight to the kitchen, give him a little wave, and start praying to my deity while I'm walking to the kitchen.
Ooh, nice. Okay. All right, I'm going to flip over then back to Galathor and Aga. Yeah, juicy. Okay, so Aga, you were examining Galathor's sword and touched it.
Well, I was gonna say, if you'll let me get away with it, halfway to putting my hand on it, I will pause for a second and go, we should probably get Mortimer.
Sure, absolutely.
Speaking of magical experts.
We could. I was preferring. Did we lose somebody?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to have an outside opinion. One who hasn't been with the group.
Okay. I appreciate your trusting my discretion, and I will cast Identify and touch it.
Okay, so you are waiting for more. Sorry, I got distracted.
Are not. Galathor said he would prefer a independent viewpoint.
Whoo, doggy. Okay, does Identify also reveal curses, or is that left off of Identify?
That is left up to the DM, I believe. I don't know if it says it specifically in the spell, but let me pull it up real quick, and I will
if you don't mind,
check for you. You learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item, what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn what spell. It doesn't say anything about curses, which I think means it's up to you as a DM as to whether I learn it. I'm assuming that curses are designed to be hidden, but that would be his attempt.
Can you roll an Arcana check at disadvantage?
It does say you learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are.
Yeah.
So.
At disadvantage, you said. I am going to add a D4 to that because I did cast Bless on myself.
Nice.
Can I do that with ability checks, right? Or is that only right?
Bless?
Let me
or
check
is it
Bless.
just saving throws?
Let me check Bless.
Yeah, double check. Also,
I think it's just for saving throws.
Damn it. Okay.
But that's a good thought, though.
Yeah.
Let me ask: is Fantasy Grounds up for anyone, or are we doing without Fantasy Grounds?
I've been doing it in the independent one where I can just pull up my character sheet, but it's not.
Fantasy Grounds is up for me.
I was just wondering if you all did rolls for tonight's inspiration. Nope. Okay. All right. So go. What's your roll, Aga, for Arcana at disadvantage?
Oh, not bad. Because I know I have a pretty hefty bonus to that. Yeah, 21.
Ooh,
yeah.
Good.
Or wait, no, I lied. Disadvantage, not advantage. I'm sorry. That's very different.
Oh my god. Liar.
That's only a 16.
Okay.
See, you deceived us.
I know. I'm the worst. I totally accidentally read the higher one and was like, that one.
What'd you roll out of curiosity, Rob?
An 8 and a 13.
Oh.
And I have a +8 to Arcana, so 16.
Oh,
16.
nice, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't detect any curses on this particular item, and I'm just balancing that out against what's going on with the blade, which heads to disadvantage. Okay. So you're going to be able to identify, and I'm actually going to have to get you the stats.
Just give me the basic breakdown for this, though. You don't have to give me the actual stat
block.
block.
A great sword does all the things that the Baylor can do with it.
This is like the lightning, the fire, the.
I think it's just fire. Or one was lightning, one was fire. I'll have to look, and I'll get that too. But if you find Baylor,
if I remember correctly, the sword is lightning, whip is fire. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm just
be
gonna
wrong,
take a look so I can give you actual deets.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not what I want. Excuse me, yikes. Nope, not the one I wanted. There it is. Okay, so because it's going to be slightly adjusted, and I want you to know the fun and excitement that this has. All right, it's a long sword, but I'm going to call it a great sword, but it has all long sword stats. It shifts a bit in size. It still always looks like a two-handed weapon in one hand. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. This has a what's the usual longsword? 1d8. This is a plus. This particular one is actually damn. This is a +3, +3 to hit, and +3 damage, and it also has. Let's see, what level are you at? 15.
13 for me.
Okay. All right.
We are at 15.
Yeah. Okay. A 2d8 lightning damage on top of that. And if you score a critical hit with it, you get to roll the damage dice 3 times instead of twice.
Yo, that's so broken on a paladin. Yeah, okay.
Oh, for real. But it's fire damage in this case, not lightning, for whatever reason. It's a little out of character for the Baylor.
Okay.
It is in fact fire damage.
Okay.
And look, I'll review it after. I'm just kind of scanning quickly. So if anything's a little bit too much, I'm going to tweak it back. But that's effectively what to expect.
I was just thinking when a paladin rolls a crit, they can dump a smite into it. So if you get to triple your dice, that's like a whole bag of dice. But
Galathor, can you go kill that thing for me?
Yeah.
That big bad endgame horse.
Oh my god.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
That's what I knew that was coming. I knew it. Do I?
Faster.
I had Galathor
Okay.
come close to me, knowing that his mechanic would help. So I'm gonna use my bless D4, and I'm gonna add his charisma. Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's charisma, right, Galathor?
Okay, I'm already.
Sorry, it's just a +3 because it's my charisma.
Okay, so that's
and
okay.
you as well, please, Galathor, if you'd also roll a wisdom saving throw.
That +3 gives me a +9, so we're looking good. We'll see how this
Not
goes.
too bad.
Here comes the 1.
And that's no joke. I rolled a 4 on the D4 and a 19 on the D20.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a 30 something.
That's
33? No, 32. No,
Okay.
33.
All right. So you examine it without anything.
You did not.
Oh, Galathor, what'd you get? Was it Galathor?
I missed.
Oh, what?
I didn't actually mean to call it.
It was
Blame
a 1
Sam.
+ 7
Just
+
kidding.
3, so
Oh my
11.
God.
Oh, hey, I put a bless on you as well. Did you roll that?
Oh,
Because I
four?
called bless on you and I when I cast it.
Ah.
So roll a D4 as well.
oh my gosh, Sam!
Do I need to help you
Hey,
guys?
Bad juju is good drama. Don't fight it.
It's been great having you in the party, Rob. It's been a
I'm
blast.
about to
I look
lose
forward
my
to your
head.
next character.
Hey, honest question. Is Blueberry around the vicinity?
Yeah, she was watching from around the corner.
No,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
how
I don't
far?
know how close he is.
That's what I'm asking.
I imagine she's probably lives in the
Oh,
doorway.
yeah.
It's
This
a
was
little
all
workshop.
happening no, you're all outside still. Like Blueberry, you're outside. Yeah, but I'm sorry. Blueberry.
I'm worried
you're
about
outside.
Blueberry.
Wait,
I'm
I
worried
thought
about
that
Blueberry.
Galathor came to find me and that Blueberry stealthily followed Galathor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
sorry.
happened.
Blueberry's outside. Everyone else is still doing the things that they just were discussing earlier. Because this
Like
was
outside the
back in
door?
time before I was done. No. Rain.
No. I'm worried about
Blue.
Blueberry. I'm asking about Blueberry.
Oh, yeah. Blueberry's outside the door. Yep.
Okay.
Blueberry's not going to get affected, is what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay.
But I went the long way around.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, you'll see. I always call it out. Okay.
13 total.
Whew. All right, Galathor. You're both looking down at the sword, right? And Aga, you look up to respond to him or whatever, and they're just like flames dancing out of his eyes. Galathor, you still are cognizant, but you're sort of taking a back seat for a moment. And Galathor, you speak out loud, and a voice feels like it's actually talking to you, Galathor. It's just using your body to do so. I'm sorry, let me pull this other thing up here. Okay. It kind of grumbles. Who has freed me from the abyss? Who is it that wields me?
Do I hear
Paladin?
this?
Oh yeah, it's Galathor speaking it out loud in front of you.
Wall of force around him,
Oh my
just
god.
so he can't touch the sword. And I'm assuming I'm still touching it from the identify spell, and I'm going to pick it up and pull it away from him.
Was he holding it too, though?
He was standing near me. I touched it to cast identify, and I can put wall of force right in between him and I can circle it around him and just encase him.
Let me ask Galathor, were you like holding it out for him to touch? Like, where you still have the handle or some part of it?
No, I was kind of imagining that. I'd given it to him.
Okay. All right. Wall of force goes up. Boop, boop. But currently, it just continues speaking. Blueberry, you hear this sort of demonic, throaty voice mixed together with Galathor's octave and then this other one.
I'm gonna assume because I have bad feelings about Aga, it's him because he was talking about demons beforehand. And so I'm gonna burst in and go hybrid and rage.
Oh shit!
Okay. Oh, nice.
Wait, Aga has not seen Blue. Wait,
Nope.
has
Dealing with this,
No.
As far as I know, Blueberry is an adorable dog.
Yeah. And you see, were you in hybrid? Did you switch to hybrid, you said, or are you just raging?
No, I'll burst in, switch to hybrid and rage.
Oh, holy.
this is
I don't have the
amazing.
art because it was in Fantasy Grounds, but it's like this crazy big and strong, like werewolfy form.
It's a barbarian corgi.
Yeah, and extra strong because barbarian Blueberry. So everything's quiet. You put up this wall of force and you're totally focused on you see, you look up and like running on all fours at you is Blueberry. Blueberry, what do you want to do? I feel like you've got a surprise around Blueberry because he's like putting up his shield, the wall of force around Galathor.
I did not prepare for that.
Please don't hit me. I don't want to die.
You see him focus. Whoa.
It was nice knowing you, Aga.
I know.
Said I
Seriously.
rage, so I can't cast any spells. God damn it. Okay.
We're gonna be the group that like kills Aga and sends him back to Kier's Lament in a body bag. I swear.
I'm gonna try and like
never killed one of its own.
body slam him out of the way so he's away from Galathor.
Oh,
Excellent.
What do you mean a body bag? It might be a matchbox by the time.
So as you see this, Aga, again, you're like, okay, let me protect him, get him away from the sword. What the?
Oh, I'm holding the sword. I picked up the sword to get it away
right.
from him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're holding it. You pull it away. Wall of force, and you and this huge werewolf in this super muscular form comes up to tackle you. And if ever there was time for a bathroom break, a pee break, this would be it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This giant werewolf charges Aga and he shits a brick. Everybody go to the bathroom.
No. Sam coined it in our chat. Where corgi?
Like
Where
the
corgi?
best image in my head ever. That's got to be a scene. That's got to be like art.
Any artist out there, Steph? I would like to see that drawn out.
That'd be great.
Just, ah!
Ooh.
I would pay you.
The composed Aga just freaking the fuck out.
Wall of flames.
Flaming Galathor and flaming
Oh my
eyes.
God.
Galathor.
Everybody's got the oh shit look on their face.
Okay.
Nobody
so,
else knows this, though.
Going to use blankies for my camera so that I behave, and we'll catch everyone back in about 10 minutes. Take a bio break, get coffee. You'll hear all the coffee noises.
Coffee.
We'll catch you all shortly. Yay!
Line.
Boop, boop. Precious coffee.
And
Get in my
Is that like a
belly.
burp cloth?
Okay, nice.
Hi, chat. Okay.
My booty, thanks. Yeah. You didn't know
Steph,
that.
you're amazing, by the way. Setting this up for us.
Dan, shut up. Your microphone.
Yes, thank you so much, Steph.
Maybe
This
I
is
should not
perfect.
come visit because I swear to God, like if we visit each other, like we're gonna get in so much trouble.
Wait, you and me, or you and Dan?
Me and Dan, like because the way our brains work, like we're so alike, especially that 7-hour stream did something. So like, anyway, yeah, we were getting in a lot of trouble.
What do we do?
I'll be right back. I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go pee before I wet myself because Dan won't shut up.
That's awesome.
I made a playlist for rain, and so I've been listening to that tonight.
Oh, nice. Oh, for anyone listening in chats, I will put our Discord in here because we have an awesome Discord, and it has playlists for our characters. It has a Discord D&D. All sorts of amazing things. Yeah, nice hat though. That's right. Behave. Who's behaved? How long have you been seeing them? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, check out our Discord. We have all sorts of information. A nice channel, safe space channel, Warren/Emil, and very heart and soul of all of us. He's super kind and empathetic. And it's like, hey, this might be a good idea. That's a brilliant idea. Let's do that. So there's all sorts of really just amazing things in the Discord. Check it out.
Once you thought you were in the shadows.
I think I have Captain Crunchberry. Holy crap.
Haunting by the whispers of your native ghost.
Oh, alright. Here we go, Legs. Oh my gosh. You're so I opened this box of cereal earlier and it just blew all the side floor halfway down. This is some cheap plastic.
Dan, how's your week been?
It's been an interesting week. I'm glad that it's Friday. Oh, computer update. I put in a bid to build a website for my personal trainer's company. He and his team's got like another 4 people run a company with a bunch of mental health services, physical health, and so I'm mentoring all sorts of other stuff. So I got $2,000. I won the bid, $2,000 for that. Yay! So that went straight to the computer. Mm-hmm. We have $571 donated so far. Just
How
phenomenal.
much?
$571 so far donated to building a computer, so I can, continue streams and such. And in the meantime, Steph's been amazing, Vic, and they're rolling all this stuff out here and making it happen for us with streaming in the meantime, so I can get the rest. And I was already, because I got that money in, I was able to buy the case. I bought a power supply for a few hundred like a year ago for collecting dust, waiting to build the rest of the computer. Now that it's dead, it's time, so I put that in the case. I got the motherboard and the video card, yep, and the SSD, the M2 SSD. So I just need to get the processor I still have to buy, the coolant systems, and the RAM. And then I will have a working computer. Things in the works. So yeah.
Well, for me, what's been new?
Yeah,
it's been okay. It's just I've been having an off week, which is like we had a death in the family.
Oh, I'm
wasn't really, well, I was close to this person, but not like super close to my mom. And so she's threw me like in a funk, which puts me in a funk because I hate seeing my family. I'm that person who, anytime I see somebody sad, it's my duty to make them happy again. So. And I've been teaching myself Japanese.
Awesome! 私は日本語を勉強します。私は少し。I'm studying it too. I just don't speak a lot.
Duolingo.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. I made
It's really handy. Oh, I can't look at the app. I found an app from a native Japanese speaker that's so when I first started studying, I was using Rosetta Stone, but I was talking to people, native speakers, and it was great because they can teach you, they're looking to learn some English, and they can teach you, like, I'll tell you a funny story about it in a minute, like, all the mistakes that someone might make not living there and understanding. But anyway, this person showed me an app where you can chat with other people. They show, like, their English level and their Japanese level, so you can chat that, text chat, or whatever. I'll say I can't remember. It's on my phone.
Yeah, send me the link. This was really interesting because I really want to go to Japan, but I want to speak the native language.
Yeah, for real.
My friend.
Hey, Liam.
Oh my gosh. Well, we can't do an entirely new me, but
Happy
maybe.
birthday,
That's the
Liam.
last resort. Ms. Mariah says happy birthday. Oh, jumping up and down saying thanks. But
hear
listen, Liam, it won't be tonight, okay? But I will look that up tomorrow, see if there's a different way, easier way to chat, okay? Sure thing, Daddy bolts back out. So one of the first things that I had been doing, and it got corrected thanks to a live a video chat I had with a group of native Japanese speakers. So I learned from talking to a few people, there's arigato gozaimasu and arigato, and there's different levels of tonality. And ne sort of means you, so I heard a lot of people saying arigato ne. I was like, oh, that's really nice. So it's catchy, and I was using that until someone took me aside. So just so you know, you do you, but typically it's a very effeminate way of saying, like, girls say it, not usually adult women, and it's sort of like arigato ne, kind of like that is how it kind of passes across. And I've been saying it for like 6 months, and before someone told me, it's like, I don't care, like, I'm not like, but I just didn't understand. I was like, oh.
Yeah, like I know that sake is a type of alcohol, but it's osake when you say alcohol. That confused the heck out of me. I was just like, wait, what? Wait, no. Sake is a type of alcohol. You'll offer somebody a sake if you're out. Right? Or osake.
Yeah, sake is the actual drink.
Yeah.
It's the specific type of alcohol, yeah.
Sake is the type of drink, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then osake is alcohol. That's so confusing. Japan has a confusing language, but...
Well, have you done numbers yet? Because the numbers F me up so hard. You've got Ichini, Senshi, Go, Roku, Siji, Hachi, Kuchu.
Are you doing, there's 2 types of Japanese. Oh my gosh.
2 types of Chinese, I think. Mandarin and
it starts with a K. Oh,
there's kanji. If you're talking about
kanji,
typing.
yes. Kanji, yes.
Yeah. No, I do the hiragana and the
I'm learning right now.
The 2 of those.
Right now, the lesson that I'm on right now is this. I don't know if you can see it, but like I'm on lesson like. Is that Dan?
Sorry,
Is that what you're?
what's up?
Is that what you're learning? Here, Gana.
Yeah, the hiragana and the katakana are the two that I'm doing.
Katakana.
Writing wise,
Yeah.
it's all the same language. It's just the writing, the way you write it.
I have not. Katakana is the next one. I have to get like 14 crowns to. I'm like 401. So.
Okay, nice.
You guys are talking about Japanese right now, right?
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm teaching myself Japanese.
So
Watashi wa Nihongo benkyou
I heard, I don't know how accurate this is because it's very much like you say, a friend of mine, but there is a word that depending on how you stress it, changes the definition from something like a verb to protect to the noun a strawberry.
Oh yeah, like the way that you stress a word. Because I watch a Japanese YouTuber called the Anime Man, and he does like language, and if you stress a word out, it can mean a whole completely different meaning.
That's wild.
Because he's originally from Australia, and I think his mom. Yeah.
Any snacks in stock? Or is this a restaurant?
Heck yeah.
I know it's your birthday, but it's like dark 30. Yeah. Look,
always a
you can have a
restaurant.
banana if you want. Yeah. Careful with like. Look, the counting for me is wild, right? So you've got like you can just count 1 through 10, which means that cheeseburger, the sushi has kuju. But then the word changes based on the type of object. So something long and thin like a pencil. 7 might be nana instead of CT. Something round like a plate. There's like these, to me, very abstract, very ambiguous groupings. And color changes, the way you say the color, the form of the word, the different colors change it. I'm still like, it's so much information for my brain. I'm so sorry, sir.
It's so cool though.
It's attached here, see? I'm not doing second banana yet.
It's my birthday, Dad.
I know.
Well, not anymore. But in Oklahoma, it is still his birthday.
It's still
I was gonna say,
11:45.
So we've got 15 minutes.
If you use 2 or 3 bananas.
What time is it? What time is it for you, Beth?
5 in the morning.
It's 4:45?
That's such a trooper.
Lord.
She's a
You were a
trooper
champion.
for sure.
Seriously.
Gosh.
I think Ed had done it once when he was when he played D&D.
Yo, Ed, were you playing in this campaign when you were in Japan?
Wait, what? No, I was in I was playing in D&D in the castle, so I was in London for a couple weeks. Well, for a week.
Okay.
Yeah,
You were in Japan though, correct? Who
China.
was it? Who was like other like opposite direction of Beth? I think he's in Victoria's game, but I thought it was Ed.
No, he's been to China this year.
Steven.
Was that Steven?
Yeah, but
I'm
Yeah.
so bad at
he's back
keeping
in
up
the
with.
US now.
Yeah, I'm so bad at keeping up with who's who. And for a second, I thought we had somebody in the game, both in the UK and in Japan at the same time. And I was like, holy shit, that's an national. Great, that's cool.
Nice.
Okay,
Right here.
my bad.
But Ed, you were in China for your sister's wedding, right? Yeah. I was like,
Both sisters.
Really?
Gosh, that's
Oh,
weird to say.
wow.
That's so
Both,
cool.
were they both
Oh.
around the same time, their weddings?
No.
the same year?
A terrible brother. I think they were a year apart. Yes, a year apart.
So not at all.
Well-
You're not responsible for remembering the anniversary. That's the dad's problem.
well,
Yeah.
two of my sister's friends are getting
Yeah.
married on the July 10th, and then the others getting married on July 11th. So 2 weddings back to back. So
You just let me know you're ready, Dan.
Yeah, good to go. I'm good to go. If everyone else is, it looks, I think most of us are here.
yeah. How was everybody's
Everything
week?
reset. Of course. Okay. I didn't have studio up. All right, we're good.
Oh no.
We're back.
Okay. So let's well, I don't know. Let me just take a look here and see if we should what do we want to do? That's taking some time. I know this is all happening beforehand, so there's no one else I can jump to. Okay. All right. Beth, please make an athletics check. And Aga, you know the deal. Make acrobatics or athletics, but I'm gonna have you do it at disadvantage only because it's effectively surprised.
It really doesn't matter.
That spell.
Can you
I got a 1.
say that one more time? Because I
Sam!
was in the middle of taking a bite of lasagna.
Defensive grappling checks, so acrobatics or athletics, but at disadvantage since you're taking the sword, you're getting the spell up at the same time as Blueberry. Like,
Blueberry, you still might beat me with a natural one. Don't put yourself down.
Okay, I got mine's 4 altogether.
Oh my gosh, for athletics? That's
yeah, I've
crazy.
only got a +3 on strength.
Really?
Oh no, hang on. I don't have my hybrid. I only have my base
right.
situation
I'm pretty sure
here.
that one's different.
Just to be clear, you're a corgi with the same strength bonus as Aga.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, cool. That's dope.
We've talked about his thighs engaging, his barbarian corgi thighs. Stamp into the ground like anime style.
Okay, all right. So disadvantage.
That's a 1.
So it's the same?
Although I think yours is more because you're in your hybrid form.
Yeah.
Right, is your hybrid?
I'm pretty sure she would beat me.
I think it is more. I just don't have those stats on me.
I feel like it's a +4.
Do you, Mariah? Do you?
Yes.
Definitely. I mean,
I feel like hybrid form gets proficiency in athletic.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. This is
We're
epic.
+4. We're +4 proficiency at level 15, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
at least, if not 5.
I like the flavor. Aga gets his ass kicked.
Okay.
Accordingly.
It is not by me. That's amazing.
Awesome. So you get tackled then in that case, Aga.
I mean, was that like a tackle to pin, or was that like a throwing him off and throwing him away?
Yeah, it was like a body shove to like get him to.
Okay. Not a full grapple, but like a push back. 5
like
feet,
an actual shove. That's a thing.
Yeah,
like a shove action. So just make a quick like a strength saving throw as well. As you're holding onto this sword.
Oh, I'm clutching it. Dear life, that can't get near Ed. I'm worried about, or I'm sorry, I can't get near Galathor.
You can roll that strength check with advantage then, since you have you role played your concern for that.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that. Oh no, bless is down because I cast Wall of Force. All right.
Okay.
Not bad. 16.
Okay, you managed to hang on to the sword barely. You get knocked back. Blueberry, you land. After your shove, you've checked him back. You're sort of in between him and Galathor. You did catch the flames coming out of Galathor's eyes. Now, as you pass
I'll
by.
point and I'll be like, he's possessed. I've got
what
him
did
trapped.
you do to him?
Nothing. It was this, and I'll hold the sword up, and I'll say he brought it to me wrapped, and nobody should really be touching it. And I'll put it down on the table next to me and take my hand off of it, and I'll go like this, recognizing that I'm definitely a newcomer here and not about to fuck with this hybrid fucking corgi that just wrecked my shit.
Big snout of a werewolf and everything. Oh my gosh, it looks so.
Do I recognize the sword from when we were in the forge area?
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty distinct sword. So yes.
Okay.
I will reiterate that Galathor said not to touch it, and I was only touching it because I was casting a spell on it to identify it. We really should not be playing with this, and I'm worried about him, and I'm going to point at Galathor's flaming eyes.
Okay, I'm going to keep hybrid form up, but I'm going to drop my rage. And I'm going to cast Mage Hand and just, like, drag it away from you.
He'll let it go.
Galathor continues as you're doing that. Actually, Galathor, you have a moment in all that to respond in your head to this thing, if you wish.
Who are you? What are you doing to me?
I am the Abyss. I am the Nameless Flame. Why have you brought me here?
Didn't
How
bring you
dare you
anywhere.
seek to control? And yet here I am.
Get
You seek to
out of my head.
Ooh, make a fresh. Ooh, what do we want to do? A
Charisma.
wisdom saving throw this
Charisma.
time, with advantage.
Ooh, okay.
You got this, Ed.
Go, Ed.
Got this, Galathor. You got this.
20, right? It's definitely a 20.
Is that another one?
The first one was 17, then it rolled to 3. And the other one was a 5, so that's a total of 12.
Okay.
Plus 3, so 15.
Oh, okay. So this thing
That's
is
a
sort
good
of
sign.
freshly awakened here. It rolled a 2 and a 4. So close your eyes and focus your energy and expel this from your mind. And in that, around that same moment as you're saying this, Aga, you feel the sword heat up, some emblazoned runes light up briefly, and then cut out. And Galathor, you've returned to your controlling your body. Flame eyes gone. You feel some residual heat as though you have a very intense fever, but it's calming down.
How long was I out?
Sorry.
Are
Oh,
you
that's okay.
you?
I think so,
will-
Aga.
And I'll look at Blueberry and I'll go, are you sure he's him? Is there any questions you can ask him to be sure before I bring this down? And he's going to put his hand, he's going to step up and put his hand on the barrier so that she can see it. It's technically invisible.
Okay. When we were at the keep and you summoned an animal and I told you never to summon that animal again, what was the animal?
It was a mastiff.
Yes, it was. It's him.
And I will let Wall of Force down carefully. And I'll step back. And if the cloth is lying around that he had the sword wrapped in, I'm going to start doing my best not to touch it and just wrap it in that cloth again that he had brought it in. Try and get it wrapped up again so nobody can touch it.
Okay. You do so? Yeah. Wrap
So
back
you
up.
see what I mean?
As long as Blueberry lets me.
Yeah. For now.
Yes, I see exactly what you mean. This shit's dangerous.
And
And I
Just
will
head into the
explain
fire.
I will explain the mechanics of it to him, but then clearly there's some side effects. So
Can all three of you roll a religion check, please? Hearing that name and term. No, yeah, no. I'm not going to bring it back down. Yeah, you did really well by pushing it out.
It's a 4.
knowing demons, do I get any bonus?
Oh
to this
yeah,
or
yeah.
No?
No, you would definitely have advantage. Absolutely.
And you said a nameless flame.
The Nameless Flame. Hang on.
And what are we rolling? History.
This is a religion check. Yep. Blueberry got a 4. I think you said Blueberry.
Yeah.
Religion
5
is
minus
intelligence.
1.
Galathor, what was your?
A 2.
No, it's exhausting. There was a lot going on in that. Never heard of this. Yeah. And Aga?
23.
Okay, good. Okay.
I was like, I thought you were showing that you rolled a 7. It's like, what's
Oh,
with
no,
the
no.
what's
So
up
with
the
that
rolls?
roll, you know that the Nameless Flame is a demonic titan of a long forgotten era. Effectively, the Nameless Flame is one with the Abyss. Rather than living on one of its layers, he simultaneously exists on each layer, though we cannot manipulate them as the demon princes or gods can. Let's see. Can be summoned into an avatar, some other form with the right rituals, or in this case, a weapon. At some point, was summoned into this weapon. You would also know that whenever that took place, when he was summoned, a sacrifice was made, and his essence was bound to that sacrifice's corpse. There's all sorts of dark rituals with that. And let's see, yada. The danger with this is that once the nameless flame has been tied to a body or an individual, the two are forever linked. And should the nameless flame be destroyed, his name can be used to summon the same form associated with it. Yeah, that's right. Let me just scan this. You said, I remembered. Yeah, goat-headed demon with flames rather than fur covering its body.
Sounds pretty fucking dope.
I was gonna say,
The only
yes.
the only other name recorded was Balfigos. His name was ascribed to the form of a gargantuan demonic dragon of earth and fire whose veins bore magma and whose breath could melt stone.
Just
So
to be
fun
clear,
times. Mhm.
earth and fire, and we've got a water monster in the storms in between continents. We just need to find the monster in the sky, and we've got all three of our main bosses.
Nice. Get him.
No, we don't want to summon the avatar.
I was thinking summon the avatar and just have him duke it out with the ocean guy.
Nice.
We'll have like oh my god, what's that movie with the mechs?
Transformers.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. We'll have Pacific Rim. The kaiju.
Nice.
Dio. Sorry, wrong fandom.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's what you would know. Some of the tidbits of info and just general this ubiquitous presence throughout. One with the abyss.
I'll wait. I will not share that information quite yet. I'm gonna wait a second until things cool off a little bit.
All right.
Before I go scaring people.
Mm-hmm. Blueberry, what would you like to do next, since you're in between the two and sussing out what to do?
So I'm going to go back into regular corgi. And I mean, I have absolutely no idea what to do. I'm going to do like a medicine check on Galathor. Oh, I'm going to like smell to make sure he's not poisoned. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
Circles
Yeah,
around
go ahead.
Galathor
You can
since
medicine
he's-
check.
Yeah. Do a
Nice.
little once over. Like a little,
Go for it.
like a drug sniffer dog.
I'm going to give you advantage since it's sort of a perception check. It's medicine, and you've got your snout. So
Okay, 16.
Okay, so you can tell his body temperature is running a little bit high. You can see a little bit of sweat forming along his brow, a little bit of clamminess to the skin. He seems to be in better, seems to be back to himself, and whatever presence was taking him over seems to be gone. Seems to be all right.
I'll just I'll stand by his side, but still a little bit in front of him, so I'm just slightly blocking him as well from Aga.
Okay.
Sorry, Bob.
Right. Let's see, Galathor, what would you like to do next?
Blueberry, what does it mean to you to be strong? What did you give up to be as strong as you are?
I didn't have a choice to give it up. It just happened to me. I guess if we're thinking about it, I gave up my master. The one person who I care for the most. Why do you ask?
This weapon is one of the strongest things that I've come to see. It appears to carry quite a large sacrifice with it, and I wonder if it's worth it to wield it into battle.
You had flames coming out of your eyes. I mean, again, this is coming from a talking corgi, but that doesn't seem normal.
It's not normal at all.
Why do you think that you need this power, this strength?
I hate to think about it, but the odds are completely against us. We are.
But you have your god, don't you?
What if that's not enough?
Then I'd say you're not a very good paladin.
I never claimed to be.
I guess it comes down to how much do you want this power?
I don't know if I want it at all, but in order to protect the people that I care about, in order to take us over the final hurdle if it comes down to it, maybe it's worth it.
Aga will take a step forward and kind of put a hand on Blueberry's shoulder.
You're going to have to nail, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, he'll just kind of bend down, if I may, and he's kind of like not actually going to touch you, just gonna get close,
Okay.
like just to get your attention.
Just like the hand hover.
Yeah, like I'm a little nervous about touching this clearly terrifying dog. If I may, Galathor, I would not mark myself a weak man in mind or in body, and I would not mark you as one either. I've made sacrifices for the strength I had to gain. And I will say that the biggest strength that I ever gained was my freedom and independence. The ability to make my own choices is the strongest power I have ever had. If that takes it from you, then it doesn't grant you power, it grants you bondage. Just be aware that there are consequences.
Thank you for your wisdom, Aga.
He'll kind of rub his neck and nod. And do you mind if I take a closer look at this without touching it for a bit?
Please be my guest.
He was requesting if he could like hold on to the item for a little bit. If that's cool with Galathor.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
And what's that last piece that Aga's doing with Galathor's? Okay.
The sword has been wrapped up so that it's not being touched by anybody's bare hands, but he wants to hold on to it instead of letting Galathor hold on to it for a little bit.
Okay.
And he is giving the impression to Galathor that he would like to study it, and what he's really going to do is see if it can either be used or destroyed in any capacity for certain goals.
Okay. Gotcha.
Most likely
Sounds
destroyed. He doesn't really trust demon shit.
Okay. You would know, given your artificing and stuff too, that magma will destroy anything like hardcore natives. Very few things that destroy magical items, but you can sometimes cast a spell. Other times there's a curse that goes off with the spell, and you think that would happen with this likely. If you're looking to destroy it, it would probably be putting it, breaking the ritual that bound it by just melting it down in magma or something. Okay. Probably some forges here that do that as well. Just so you're aware, you've probably seen some stuff like that.
I think I might know someone.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So as the three of you sort of work on that, I'm actually going to have So this is a little bit out of order, but I really want to get to Mort. So I'm going to have Kaylin arrive home and see Mort sort of waiting out in front of the house.
Hey, Mort.
Hey, the festival was nice. It's nice to have a night with no craziness going on.
What's up?
A moment. Do you have the sending stone for the other group that we met on?
Yeah.
Callie is Callie's with me, right? So.
Yeah. She's asleep on your shoulder still.
Oh,
She looks
that's what I
just,
want to
wiped out. Yeah.
She's not feeling well, and something's wrong with her, and she thinks that maybe talking with Madriel, was with the other group, might shed some light on what's going on with her.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you can use it if you want to. I think what Faxo has it. But yeah, she can. I mean, I'm sure that she would pass on the note.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I mean, she has the other one I have, and she'll bring out hers. Do you want to use it now, or?
Yeah, let's get this in the works.
Okay. Do you want to do it in private, or do you want me around, or? I mean, you can take it.
She probably will recognize your voice more than me, so I will jot down a brief message to Daxel explaining what's going on with Callie and seeking Mavriel's assistance in any way she can give it.
Okay, just write. You didn't write down what you wanted to say, or more.
All this time, no, I did not.
You were standing there this entire time waiting for me to come home, and you didn't formulate anything.
No, I did not. It was such a beautiful night. I'm sorry.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So
I won't make you actually do a message if you don't want. We can say
we could. Yes.
Concise message about this. Callie the sprite is unwell. Pixie or sprite? Pixie.
It's a pixie, yeah.
Callie the pixie is feeling unwell. Trapped in sword. Can't return to Fae. Wants to speak to Mavriel the Eladrin. Something along those lines, if that sounds good to both of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds great. Whoever's saying that. Yep, sounds good.
Nice. It's your muse in your mind. Like, that's what okay, so you're able to send that message off to Faxel. You don't hear any response right away that we know of, but we'll plug that in.
Okay.
I'm sure she'll get back to you tonight because we'll probably go past tonight, but sometime tonight you'll get a response.
Okay.
And we can retcon what to do from that.
Okay.
Okay. But carry on if you two have anything else you want to discuss before. Whatever. It's getting late-ish. I guess technically, we'll say it's like evening time, right? Maybe 6 or 7 now. So the festivities are getting a little quiet, but Kayla knows they're going to get real rowdy again in a couple of hours because apparently the end of the night is where the fun is at. But it's getting kind of late, and you may have plans for tomorrow.
So, everything okay? Otherwise?
Yes. Otherwise, we're just waiting for the other shoe to drop and see where we're off to next.
Hopefully, we can rest here for a couple of days. That would be nice.
Indeed. Yeah, could really use that.
I need you to, not right now, but we do need to try to put that spell in the ring when you have a chance.
Oh, yeah. Whenever you set some time aside to do it, we can.
Okay.
we can sit down and work that out.
How long does
That
that
should-
take again? Either of you know, Frank or Dan?
Good question.
Put the spell. Oh, right. 8
Yeah,
hours
it's
of work
okay.
to put a spell slot in there. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I'll have to break down the math. It's 8 hours a day that's considered being put in. It depends on how much gold or what level spell it is. So it might be a few days, but I'll get
see.
that too. I have to consult my
Okay.
notes.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem. We'll be wanting to work that out. How are we helping Aga?
I guess letting him use the forge.
What does he want to do with the forge?
He wants to build some things. Wants to maybe try to give himself a stronger body.
For himself?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when I heard that, I'm concerned that that forge has a very heavy price to pay when it creates things. It requires a soul.
Yes, it does. But we need some crystals in order to do it, so I'm hoping to kind of loop that in with something else. So tomorrow we might be doing some mining.
Okay. As long as if it's just him, I suppose. If he's willing to make that sacrifice.
Well, right. You mean for the body?
For his soul. Well, yeah. Plus, I'm concerned, I don't know. Didn't Brewer not know who he was for a long time?
True. But I don't know. I mean,
I think to be fair,
yeah, do what he did in the tower. He was fine.
Yeah, but I think in fairness to him, he should know that going in. I mean, if what has he gained if he loses his mind?
Right. I know Brewer wants to talk to him. Wants
Okay,
to let
that's
him know
probably
things.
the best. Yeah, that's probably for the best.
So we'll have to have that conversation, I guess.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, I wouldn't want him to go in blind to that.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah.
All right. Hopefully, we'll have a nice quiet night and move on.
That would be nice. And
Yes, it would be.
She'll move inside.
Okay. I'm going to readjust time a little bit to get everyone caught up. Devani, you were stepping into the kitchen where Aaron has about a bag and a half left of donuts.
2 boxes, 2-ish boxes.
You're in the kitchen, right?
I am with Emil and
Oh yeah,
Rain,
you're outside.
but like I set them up so it's like break room donuts for everybody.
I don't think that Devanya would actually know what donuts look like. So
But like the boxes are open and then there's all different sorts of clearly sweet things.
Nice. So you'll see Aaron, Emil, and Rain all around these packages.
I don't know if we're inside at this point.
Yeah, you're inside.
We are? Okay.
We'll zip it together, yeah. Devani's
Donuts!
inside first, and she goes to the kitchen, doesn't find any donuts, comes back, and she finds all of you with the donuts.
Aaron, when?
Yeah.
This is kind of embarrassing. What are donuts?
In the kitchen. They're delicious. Do you like sweet things? I think you like sweet things. You definitely, that's right. You liked the chocolate. I will find you a chocolate donut that has like sugar sprinkled on top of it. This is a donut. This is the most glorious thing you will ever eat.
Okay, I trust you. It's not something that I'm familiar with, so I figured I'd ask.
It's different from the chocolate.
How so? I mean, chocolate is chocolate, right?
Right, yes. Like this has some flavor of the like cuz like this is like dough, like sweet dough that's been like fried.
Like bread? Like a sourdough? No?
Just try it. Just try it. It's really it's sweet and delicious.
Okay. She's gonna pull her mask down and How do you come up with these things? This is amazing.
I didn't come up with it. I found them. They're at the festival. Why do you think I brought home like this many?
I was like, I wonder why you were like bringing so many boxes and stuff back. She's gonna finish it and then kind of wipe her mouth off and then pull her mask back up and I apologize. I did not intend to interrupt a conversation. I just didn't know what these amazing things were.
They're for everybody, so take what you want.
Okay.
Rain and Emil, do you have sitting here? Do you have anything?
I have a question for you, Dan. Walking back to the estate, did Rain see any spirits?
No.
Okay, so that ability is gone, right?
It's just that there typically aren't any here at the estate.
Okay, so what I'm trying to ask is that Rain can still see spirits, but they didn't see me.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Rain, did you find?
You haven't seen any
since
since you came back, but you also haven't really been in areas that have ghosts. So.
Okay, so it's like Rain doesn't know if they have the ability or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. What was that? Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Did you find anything that you liked at the festival?
I got a new dress. That's pretty much it.
Well, that's interesting. Devonia's not very good at making small talk.
There's Rain.
I mean, she's good at telling her, saying what she thinks on certain topics, but like when it comes to individual interpersonal things, it's like, Emil, have you been to the festival yet?
Muted.
Oh, he's not.
Just can't hear him.
Warren, try to unplug your headphones and then plug them back in because that happens to me.
I see him as muted, but
Testing.
There you go. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
That was weird. Okay.
That was kind of weird.
We went down for a while earlier today, yeah. It was a festival.
Do they have any amethyst? Do you even know what amethyst looks like?
As a matter of fact, I do, but I think it was less. There might have been some semi-precious rocks, but yeah, I think there were. I mean, I think Emil would know what amethysts are because he probably would have stolen one or two in his time. So
Nice.
that's where I'm coming from. So
yeah, plus the crafting you do.
Right.
Okay.
As a silversmith, I would probably know a little bit of that too. Yeah. So, and I assume there would have been some there. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's dwarves. It's quartz, but then they're gonna go. So yeah, there was some there. Nothing particularly big or good quality, but you know, some really nice smaller ones.
Do you mind showing me which stalls have them? We could talk a bit more.
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely.
At this point, I don't know if I see any sausages around, but I'm gonna grab a couple of sausages and I'm gonna go find Blueberry.
I definitely got stuff for Blueberry.
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
Aaron, do you mind if I have another donut before leaving?
Why do you think I got this many?
He's gonna grab another.
Nice.
Take one for the road.
Dan, has the
Yeah.
cake been delivered yet?
Oh gosh, what
I
was
love
that? Oh,
your
right, the
face,
cake.
Seth.
Yeah. It wasn't. I'd say that around this time. So, Rain grabs some sausages and starts looking around the house, probably upstairs because that's she's already kind of been around this part a little bit. As Devanya and Erwin, sorry, Devanya and Emil prepare to head out. There's a knock at the door, and it is in fact a delivery person with a cake. Young human, maybe 17, male human, bald head. I have your cake order for councilperson Kaylin. It's like looking in the house and all the.
I'm getting like Home Alone vibes with the pizza delivery guy.
Nice. Leave the change outside, you filthy animal.
Is Caitlin in the vicinity to hear this, Dan?
Yeah, you'd
Okay.
hear it. Mhm.
Okay, I'll go up to the.
Hello?
Must be
Curious about this.
must be a fancy orphanage. Hi. Hi.
Oh, hi.
That's me.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you, and they pass out the cake box to you.
Thank you.
I of course.
She will give him a gold piece.
Oh, you're so
I really
generous.
should have given
Thank
just
you.
a piece of gum if that was a thing in this world. So
Nice. Oh, thank you. Okay, bye. And gives a awkward bow to you, and turns to leave.
do I see? Well, Kaylin's gonna take the cake and put it. I'm guessing there's probably like a dining table somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's gonna go and try to find Rain.
Okay. So you'll see, easy out there, boys. You'll see as you're heading back into the house to look for Rain. You see the other two. Rain. Devanya and Emil are heading out. And you also have been all over this floor, so you'd know that she's probably upstairs. So to advance ahead a little bit, I'll say that Rain is already up the stairs. And I don't know. I guess the situation has been that probably took a while. So as it's simmered down in the room there and resolved, Rain and then Kaylin, maybe like 10 or 15 seconds behind her, arrive at the alchemist room and see Blueberry in hybrid form and Aga wrapping up, making sure the sword is nice and safe. You can hear them talking, but can't quite make out what they're saying.
And this is Kaylin that's approaching?
First Rain.
Oh, first Rain.
And then like 10, 15 seconds after Kaylin.
No, I see Blueberry in hybrid form, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I look in, I'm like, is everything all right? Looking at all three of them. Aga especially.
At that point, I'll just like zoop down to regular doggo form.
Blueberry?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Just showing Aga what I can do.
It's a check.
Go for it. Yeah.
Oh God, do I have to do a deception check?
I guess it would be a deception check. Yeah.
If you're telling the truth, but
no.
I mean, it's a part truth.
I mean, technically.
It's kind of.
We're talking lawyering.
Deceitful
Technically.
truth. Yeah.
Okay, I see your technicalities.
Whoop, whoop, natural 20. Whoop, whoop, that's 28.
Nice.
Whoop,
28.
That's a 13.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Blueberry's talking in his hybrid form, and it just feels a little, like it feels like not quite the truth. Definitely something else going on here.
No, he said he went down to corgi form.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. So did this Rain, see you shift down, or do you feel that you'd already be shifted by then? Like,
Yeah, so I was in hybrid, and then when Rain asked what was going on, I shifted down to dog.
Okay. So you see him go down. Oh, no, just showing you. You're like, nope, that's nope.
I'm not gonna say anything, but
okay.
Just look at Galathor and look at Aga. And I was like, okay. In fact, Blueberry, I need to talk to you.
Why?
And I pull out a sausage.
I want it so badly.
It's nothing bad. I just need to ask you a question.
This is when Kaylin arrives, Tim. If she hasn't already, that's about the time.
And then I'm going to get, before Kaylin arrives, I'm going to get to Blueberry's level and just pet him and feed him the sausage.
All right.
To gain my trust.
I'm gonna take the sausage and then just slowly back up to where I was before.
Nice.
I'll stand up.
Damn, we don't even trust each other.
Awesome. All right, Kaylin, that's about when you arrive. You see Rain feeding Blueberry a sausage, and everyone's sort of standing around slightly awkwardly.
Would you guys mind coming downstairs for a moment?
Sure.
Especially you, Rain.
Okay.
She'll just walk awkwardly off the room.
I pull out another sausage and just lay it on the ground. And I'm just going to make a little tray of sausages for Blueberry to follow.
And if she runs into anyone else on her way from there to the kitchen where the table is around that area, she'll tell them to come on as well if they can, if they want to.
Does that include the servants?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you definitely run into not Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Jeremiah.
Thank you, Jeremiah, and I don't know. Sorry, my notes are so difficult to get to.
It's okay.
And what's her name? You don't see the other one seems to have gone home for the day. The unnamed boy, or not boy, the young man.
If Kaylin's not moving too quickly, Aga will quickly, throw the sword over on his back with his shield, secure it, and head after her and try and catch up to her to have a brief chat on the way down to the kitchen area.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, not sure how much of, and he'll kind of glance behind him to see, Rain putting sausages down and just wait just long enough till he's pretty sure that they're not in earshot. How much of that you just saw, but I think that you and I should probably have a conversation about this. And he'll kind of reach up and tap the wrapped hilt of the sword.
You can have one
and say, Galathor brought it to me. I'm not sure.
Oh,
it's good to keep around.
Okay.
It's the sword?
Yeah. And I'm pretty aware that highly magical items are kind of hard to destroy. And he'll kind of smile and nod as Kaylin greets a servant and invites them to come downstairs. And he'll just, and then he'll be like, but do you know of anywhere we can melt it down, destroy it, get rid of it?
Maybe take it over to the forge and see.
Cast it into the fire.
And once it came,
the fire's a bowl.
I think something might be alive in it.
Is he okay with you destroying it? Does he know you have it?
He knows I have it.
Okay.
I don't know if he knows I'm going to destroy it, but
that's all right.
I thought so.
We can, we can take it to the forge and see what we can do. If not that, then we'll find some way to get it out of our lives.
Okay. Sounds good. I was just worried about it. You still have the heart?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll pat her bag right beside of her on her shoulder. Yep. We can talk about some other things too, but I'm gonna get downstairs.
Fair enough. He'll just follow down to the kitchen from there.
Okay. Rain, do you try talking to Blueberry at all whilst walking, or?
Is Galathor still in the room? I've left the trail of sausages.
What I imagine is Blueberry is picking up one sausage and Galathor suddenly has to come to a stop. And that's the next one.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, that's incredible. Awesome.
So I'm leaving the trail and I'm gonna not heading towards the stairs, but towards the other hallway, not to the left but to the right of the hall. I'm leaving the sausage and I'm just gonna stand there to see if Blueberry follows the trail.
Does Blueberry veer off?
100% I'll follow the trail.
Nice. Okay. Galathor, do you continue on after Blueberry turns off into the room?
I'm gonna pull a Blueberry. I might just do that little stealthy stealth.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check. Blueberry, are you checking or are you wrapped up in sausage action?
Oh, I'm
sorry. My bad. Bad. Spoke first. Thought later.
You don't say something like that without realizing what you're saying.
I'm so glad that I started that tonight. It makes me very happy.
he's really into his sausage fest right now.
Okay. This is a sausage
So
fest.
funny.
Okay.
I mean,
Rain,
I'm standing there. So do I roll an insight or? It's a perception.
You can roll perception with disadvantage because he'll be stopping before he crosses the door.
Okay.
So you'll be listening for sound.
11.
I'm sorry. Okay, good.
Darn it! I rolled an 11 and a 17.
Okay.
Perception. 14.
Okay. Galathor?
So Galathor has disadvantage on stealth because he's wearing heavy armor. However, I built him with a rogue so that he has expertise in stealth to kind of counteract that.
Nice.
Shit.
So then roll twice.
Uh-huh. Cool.
The lower roll is a 28.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Yep, you don't hear Galathor at all. All you see, Blueberry coming Pac-Manning into the room.
Oh my God. This is amazing.
All right, Blueberry. I know you were lying. Tell me.
Tell you what.
What happened in there between Aga and Galathor and yourself? You wouldn't go into hybrid mode if somebody was hurt. I know you too well. Well, with the little bit of knowledge I have of you, you protect your own.
Yeah, I don't like Aga. Don't like the dude.
I don't either. I don't trust him.
Yeah,
So-
that's all. That's it. That's everything.
Can I do another inside check? Or
Do you need to?
You get a feeling that there's still not quite the truth.
Everything's fine. It wasn't fine. Now it's more fine.
all right, I have a job for you then. You don't trust Aga. I don't trust Aga, but I don't want him to feel suspicious of me.
Okay.
If you hear anything of what his plan is, because from the moment that we met him back at the tower, I got a bad vibe.
Okay.
So can you report to me if he does anything suspicious?
From this point on, I will report to you if he does anything suspicious.
I give a pat on Blueberry's head. Good dog. And I give him another sausage, and then I walk out.
Oh, so you start hearing some footfalls, Galathor. Do you adjust or move? There's a number of rooms on either side of this hallway, so.
Yeah, I'll just slip into another room.
Okay. Off you go into another room. Rain, you step out, coast is clear, you head back down, you head down to see what Kaylin wanted? Okay. Blueberry, are you also going downstairs?
Yeah, I'm just humming to myself, prancing along.
Little corgi paws. Okay, Galathor, do you head down after that's all done and you hear him go down the stairs?
Yeah, I'll start heading down as well.
Okay. All right, so both the servants that are here, Jeremiah and scanning notes.
Computing.
Yeah, and Suzukan.
It's not computing.
Suzukan
are sitting. Suzukan is sitting, one leg crossed over the other.
Bullfrog.
Nice. In a reading chair. Jeremiah is just leaning up, eating a donut, leaning up against one of the walls. Everyone else sits down around you, Kaylin, except for Emil and Devani that have left.
Oh, well, I wasn't looking for quite such a formal thing, but and she kind of motions towards the cake on the table and looks at Rain.
Mm-hmm.
It appears we've missed a lot of birthdays. So, happy birthday.
Thank you. You can tell that they're just speechless, and Rain is just going to give Kaylin a big hug.
Kaylin will accept the hug and return it.
Aw, I'm gonna actually cry.
Aww.
When she pulls away, I wish I had a gift for you, but if I see something, I'll save it for you.
Thank you, Kaylin.
We're glad to have you here. And she'll just kind of, step aside and kind of like motion. There's like a chair in front of the cake. And we'll say there's some plates and stuff around too. And like a knife. So go ahead and and she'll kind of awkwardly go over and like cut her a slice and put it on a plate and give it to her.
Aww.
Here,
That's
down.
beautiful.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Servants can have some cake too. Everyone can.
You're too kind.
Unless Rain wants to eat it all, but if so, then we'll get another cake. But
it's my birthday next month, just in case of information put out there.
She'll take out her journal and like make a note.
Kill Jeremiah.
Fire Jeremiah.
Susan rolls her eyes a bit. Thank you very much, miss.
Out of character. This is ironic. My aunt sent my sister a graduation gift, and she said, change of ship to Mariah's late birthday gift. And it's this little necklace, and it has an M on it. So
so nice.
We can talk about it after the stream, but it's
nice. Right.
Right, that's it.
Okay.
I'm just
The evening
happily
kind of goes on with that.
Rain is just happily just enjoying eating her cake. Just
Nice.
smiling and thinking in their mind that she's glad to have a family.
Cake. Everybody loves cake.
Yay!
Cakes have layers.
Aaron kind of spurts that out here and there.
Hey!
Sometimes with a mouthful of cake, other times not. Yeah. I think Callie is going to sort of partially wake up and excuse herself more, and she's going to buzz up to a room to go get some rest.
I'm going to yell at Callie, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, just sleepy. Thank you.
Can I check? Can I check you out?
Yeah. Can we do it when I wake up, please?
Dang it!
Pixie, for Christ. It's a pixie, for Christ's sake.
Nice.
Ah!
I hate to see you leave, Callie, but I love watching you fly away.
Callie, turn around and say, "Do you have your library card?"
What? Oh, I wasn't.
Awesome. She seems to be pretty sleepy and just kind of pushes it. When I wake up, Brain, yeah. Well, you can check and we'll fly and we'll do fun things.
Oh my God.
She buzzes off. Devanya and Emil, you head back into the city right about this time. It's probably, we'll say, 7:30 or so, creeping into 8, where whereas this day-long festival kind of went into a lull around dinner time. People are back out. It's time to drink. It's time to get, dwarvish up in here now. So, yeah, I know, hardcore. Yeah, I'm racist. I'm sorry. It was shameful. Most of the dwarves here like to partake and drink in this particular city, and so they are doing at this time of the evening. So it's a little, it's just busy. It's not rowdy yet, but busy.
Are there any stalls that are, well, I know in real life that there's certain times that booths and stuff break down and people leave and stuff. So I didn't know if there were still booths set up or
booths
there
are
were
still
some
set
that were
up.
leaving.
Lanterns are still strong. Some of the there was a lot of art and other things that were out on display. That's getting packed up. The booths are still out and replacing those spots where a lot of the quartz and other stone and minerals and such were on display as art and otherwise. Those areas are being replaced with more stalls, more drinks, more chicken legs, turkey leg kind of things, but mostly more drinks.
Okay,
Drink
so
stalls.
like basically an outside restaurant and bar.
Yeah, pretty much. It becomes one big strip of booze and food.
Can I scan and see if I see like maybe a last minute stall that's not, or booth that hasn't been completely put away yet that has amethyst?
Yeah, it's a good time to still find. So I'm sure you find, you come across the first one you come across, they have the stall partially broken down, but they still have some of their wares out. You spot some amethyst. You see some on a larger scale. You see some worth like upwards of like 1,000 gold pieces, all the way down to some that are worth maybe 25 gold pieces.
Is there anything that would be probably about as big as that would fit into the palm of her hand? Well, hold on, I got some right here. Maybe about this big.
Ooh, okay. An amethyst? Yes. Let me quickly check so I don't bust you on a price here.
I like amethyst guys in real life too.
That's really cool. Yeah, like this. Like, oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, there's a 100 gold piece chunk of purplish amethyst. That would be about that size. The woman, the female dwarf there.
Okay, I was about to ask if it was a male or a female.
Yeah, female dwarf, blonde hair, blonde eyebrows, kind of short side. A lot of her hair is short and kind of cropped off to the side in a fluffy mess. She's been hard at work today. Oh, hi, class. I'm sorry, I was just closing up the shop. Is there something that you wish to see before I pack the rest of my goods up?
Oh, do you mind if I buy this right before you close, ma'am?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. It's 100 gold. End of the day, I'll give it to you for 90 gold pieces if you wish.
Is there any way that you can make it like 50?
Oh, dearie, no. I'm sorry, it's worth 100 gold pieces. I didn't sell it here today, but I'm sure I could another day. Make a persuasion check with it though to see if she adjusts her price at all.
Would Emil know like a reasonable value for a gem that size, or is that a little bigger than you would have ever stolen?
I think maybe from your silversmithing, maybe you would have an assessment. And based on your stealing, yeah, it would be about 100 gold is a fair price.
I have 24 because I have a
jeez.
plus 10.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I mean I hate to be a bother, but where I come from, it really is worth 50 gold or less. I'm so sorry. I do not want to have to pay more than that. And
Wait, I think my ears were clogged. How much is that, you said?
50. That all right?
Okay.
If you could ever take young Emil to a place where those were worth 50, I could have made a lot of money once upon a time.
Just remember to do your thing.
Oh, I fucking love
I'll
it.
talk to it as soon as I'm done, okay?
Oh, Neil, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I just would like your hugs.
Look, right, it'd be a pain to restock it and such, but 50's out of the question. 80 gold pieces is the very best price you'll get from this tonight. And she slams something. I'm just kidding. She continues to pack up her tools. It's 80 gold pieces, best price. You can take it or I'll pack it up. No offense, I just say.
Understandable. Business is business.
Right.
But where I come
I'd
from,
lose money at 50.
I can give you something worth more than 100 in a place that I'll be visiting soon. So.
Oh, you're looking for credit, is it?
What did you just ask?
You're looking for credit?
No.
Oh,
I will pay
right.
you. I will pay you what you do. But if I might get a name, I feel like you are a traveling a traveler of sorts. So if I could find you on the road sometime, I do a lot in business. I can send you some things that are worth more than 100 gold.
That's that so. All right, and now you're an official member of a guild.
Yeah.
I think, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you would have some form of identification for that. Oh, well, if you're a guild person, then right, we could do some business. The name's sorry, Liam, you silly goober. What was that? There you go, Daniel. Jeez, I'm so sorry. I don't have any of my names handy. The name's Gretchen. She'll give you her last name. I really don't know.
Anyway, I'll just
Gretchen,
pay,
blah, 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 blah.
I'll just pay the 80 gold and
all right,
leave her my name information and ask for her name and information just to keep things rolling. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I look forward to doing some business with you.
You too.
Right. You two enjoy the festival now. You hear?
Thank you. Brings back a lot of memories.
Oh, good.
Emil, did you know that amethyst is actually considered, I think, a quartz?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Emil probably didn't know that. Market value would be about the limit of his knowledge. Although, yeah, I'll you know what? I did not know that. So, like, what do you use gems of that size for? I mean, that's a little big for jewelry, I would think.
It's my favorite color, to be honest. I mean, I do have the star sapphire, but our father was the one that assigned gemstones to everybody in the family.
I see. So star sapphire was how he viewed you, and amethyst is how you view yourself.
I guess I never really thought of it that way, but yeah. Yeah. Brothel. I'm sorry. I can't. I understand how kids can be born in a brothel, and I'm not too foreign, but she just does not know what to say. She doesn't want to be like offensive or anything. She's just.
Well, I know people can be born to families, but I don't understand that either. So, you just.
I don't want to be offensive or anything. Was your mother working in the brothel?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who my parents were.
Wait.
I assume she worked there at some point, but I don't know.
Oh. So, on a technicality, you may have been born in a brothel, but you don't even know if your parents were a part of the brothel.
No. I mean, I always assumed my mom worked there maybe for a time. Maybe I knew her, maybe I didn't. I always assumed my dad was a customer, but when I was young, it really mattered to me who it was, but eventually I realized I was never going to know, and eventually I realized it didn't change who I was.
Do you have any siblings?
Not really.
Anybody that you could go back to?
I mean, I have no idea who my blood relations are, and if there are people that I'm blood relations to, they don't mean anything to me. People that matter to me are the people that I've met along the way.
How did you become and forgive me if this is too forward. I know I have a very hard time making friends. How did you first become a vampire?
Bit of bad luck at that, I'm afraid. Actually, seems like most of the major signposts on our adventures together have been a bit of bad luck, but just was bit by something in a sewer and didn't think much of it until months and months later.
Inside check.
Go for it, yeah. And if you want to roll anything, go ahead, Emil. But if
27.
I mean, Emil is telling the truth.
Okay.
Sewers and Mets, we were bit, and he found out when he woke up standing on the side of a building. So
Well,
he's more or less telling it like it is.
That's almost comical. Oh.
Yeah, that's a valid way of looking at it.
How long have you been with the group?
I have no idea how many months or years we add up to, but
months or years?
I guess since the group formed. I mean, we were all in Bexley looking for our own ways out of the city, and we kind of got thrown together by the university to go do a quest together, and it just, some of us stuck and some of us didn't. But
oh, so like you and Kaylin and Aaronwyn and Mort and Blueberry and
some of those came in at different times.
I'm sorry.
Kaylin's been there since the beginning. Felix has as well, but He's obviously not adventuring anymore.
Something changed.
Death, I think, as much as anything.
Death always changes everybody.
It does. So where'd you learn to carve?
Oh, back home. Well, I actually started to learn when Scarlet, a little bit after Scarlet found me, and I started figuring out where my powers came from, and she's just like shifting awkwardly as she's walking and talking, and I use it as a way to keep my hands busy and my mind busy when I'm not having nightmares.
I want to say I understand. I do some silversmithing sometimes, and it's a good way to take my mind off of things.
I had somebody at the college teach me. It was either that or burn everything down.
Good choice.
Sometimes I'm not sure. There's a lot of things changing with the college and the university and everything just not being what I thought it would be. And I'm not sure what to think of it. And everybody seems to be against a lot of things I believe in, or I thought I believed in. I don't know how to navigate this group when everything and everybody seems to be on the opposite side.
The opposite side.
So I thought the university was a great place, right? The college works with the university all the time. But with everything that's been going on, I don't know how. Aaron seems very against it, and a lot of other people in the group seem to be against it. I cannot talk right today. Against it. And I'm struggling if I should stay, if I should question what I was taught. Is the university as deadly as everybody makes it out to be? Because I am not one to be played for. I don't want games. And I don't know how to connect with anybody here. I mean,
I would have said you were doing okay connecting with people here. The university is a big collection of people, and you get enough people in a room, and some of them are terrible. It's just how the numbers work.
But I need to know if the people that I work for are part of the same things that are destroying this world. And if they are, what's the point? I'm better off going rogue than anything else. How would you handle this, if I may ask?
Last time I stood there and didn't realize I didn't know who to trust, I walked halfway across the continent and found more people I couldn't trust. So I'm not sure I recommend that answer.
I think it's a little late for that. I want to know that the group that I'm with, that I'm helping, is going to have my back. Now, I already let Erinwin know with the Rune Keeper and everything that happened with that no matter what the university does, I have her back. I have your guys' back. I'm here to help, per Scarlet's request. But I need to know that you guys are not going to turn on me for something that is out of my control. Or is that too much?
Like you're asking exactly the wrong person in the group to never ever turn on you. I can't guarantee what the future is going to bring. I believe in the people in this party, the ones that I know. And if you've told Erinwin that you have her back against the power and insight that is a dragon, then I would say you have some connection with us more than maybe you think. Can I guarantee you that nobody in this party will betray us, will turn evil? I've already seen it happen with this party. We had at least one in the past that turned against us. I can't guarantee, but all I can speak to these are good people. And like I said, the ones I know were on the right side, and I can't speak for anybody but myself, but I will have your back. I think your fears about the university and about people in general are the same as mine and the same as others. And it sounds to me like we're on the same side and we're on the right side.
The side of you don't like to be controlled.
Don't like anyone to be.
Okay. I asked you because you and Kaylin seem to be really close. And I trusted you and Kaylin. Or I trust you and Kaylin.
I appreciate that trust.
What kind of books do you like to read? Do you read anything?
Lately, religious texts, but that's not things I like to read.
That seems contradictory.
I was compelled to understand more what was going on, but I think the last books that I read for pleasure, I stole a couple of books from a merchant's wife, and they were tales of pirates and swashbuckling adventures. Maybe that's why I sought the adventuring life when I left Ren. I wanted that story that was in those books. Lately, it seems reading is more responsibility than pleasure, but I do miss that. Those tales that the bards would tell, those tales in the...
Careful there. Idealization can hurt us in the end. Great entertainment, though. I found myself not reading as much over the years. I've been too busy with work.
It seems a common mistake that we all make.
Working.
We give up the things we care about for the things that we feel obliged to do.
I don't know if I'm offended or proud that you made me realize something about myself that I didn't realize.
Both?
She's just gonna pull her mask down for the rest of the walk.
Nice.
Start chuckling.
Awesome. Emil and Vanya continue to have some good, some bonding time, some small talk, big talk, bonding amongst the festivities here. I'm going to say, let me ask, as we're near the end here, does anyone have anything else they want to do tonight, or should I plan on everyone having a rest tonight?
Rain wants to explore the tower that Brixie used to sleep in, but Rain doesn't know that tower.
That's in the other keep.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Oh,
yeah,
never mind.
This one is in the
Never mind. Never mind.
We have so many keeps, it's hard to keep them straight.
Right?
I know, right? Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Wait, so Brixie's
Devon, you
grave.
have their spawn?
Brixie's grave is at the other keep, right?
The other place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the keep. This is the estate, and then there's the tower, the Omega Tower.
We have so many places.
Yeah. I think everyone's, eventually Emil and Devon come back, whether together or separately. And everyone at the keep has things that they do to settle in and get comfortable, eat, drink, talk, and ultimately find their way to their bedrooms, of which there are plenty. Everyone is able to nestle in and have a good night's rest. Mort, though,
I was just
can
going
you
to
please
say,
roll a
I was
wisdom?
just gonna say,
saving
every
throw.
night
What the heck?
since the last thing, every night before Mort goes to bed, he's going to ritually cast tiny hut
Ooh,
and sleep in the tiny hut.
nice. Okay. Awesome. Do you cast that like around the bed, like?
Yeah, if it's a room, it's a 10-foot square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You log it out. Okay. So you fall. So yeah, go ahead and roll. Let's see. What does that prevent from coming in?
Just
Physical
about anything.
objects, right? Or
Magic too.
Okay. Let me think how this would affect, because it's reaching you in a different. Okay, make a wisdom saving throw with advantage, because it still has a fairly straightforward way to connect with you. But with that, and I definitely think I would hamper it.
If everybody rolling natural ones tonight.
All right.
He'll be fine.
All right, what does my wisdom say?
Here's the 20.
Plus,
Hey, I was the one that rolled the 20, so it's all balanced out.
Here's a 20.
Get that 20 on. I feel like Mort's pretty solid with these.
an 8 and a 19. So
Okay.
19 plus 6 is a 25.
All right, excellent.
I was going to say, if we jinxed it,
Okay.
that's the end of this drink.
Nice. All right. Okay, so Mort, you get a really good night's sleep. Let's see, Aaronwin.
Oh no.
As you sleep.
Your turn.
Nice. All right, where are we? Where's my
Oh no, you have it written down?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So, Aaron, when you get a good night's rest, you find yourself at one point in your sleep, sort of in a place akin to that emptiness of space with the constellations, dancing about you. Mostly stars that fill the night sky, but you're just within space. There's no land beneath your feet, water, anything like that. You don't have any concerns about breathing or how you're being suspended or anything. You're just here existing in this place. And you slowly catch a couple constellations. This one is there. Some other odd shapes that happen to fit into culture and tools that were used. An archer, different things like that. And as you're sort of able to spin yourself around, as you do. So while this is a constellation of stars, billions of miles away, it's also a smaller, tangible thing in front of you. Is a constellation that seems almost right in front of you, like you could reach out and touch this grouping of stars. You can't quite, in this mind space, see what the shape is, but you do feel a certain urge to either find out or to touch it. You feel if you touch it, you would be able to get a better idea.
I mean, it's Erin when she's gonna touch it.
Nice. Touch it? Okay. Yeah.
She's just like, I touch it.
You touch it, and it starts to take a bit of form. The empty spaces between the three-dimensional connections of this constellation take form, and an animal's head forms. So you have your hand on like the top of the face between the eyes and down the snout of this creature, and behind it flows a body, and it looks like a horse. And then dots connect wings, and you recognize this as a Pegasus constellation, and you're vibing with it in your dream. It seems to have like a personality of its own.
Does it look like my arcane steed at all?
A little bit. There's this beautiful sheen to its coat of like pure white. The wings that it holds are massive, but almost angelic. It has like a silver, a number of silver threads to its mane that mix in with the white and offer just like a, not tinsel, but like an interesting hue between that and then its tail. It's a little bit larger than your arcane steed. And can you make just an animal handling check in your thing here with advantage?
Oh, thank you for the advantage. 23.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you. So that's where we'll leave Aaron Wins dream. We'll see what happens. Rain, as you were sleeping.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You are walking through a familiar place, this castle of the Raven Queen that you've spent the past 4 or 6 years in. And just as would happen from time to time in that castle, a broken mirror piece sort of levitates up to you, and there's just, you catch just a chunk of face and reflection. That's all that's shown.
Do I recognize this?
Oh. Yeah, you've seen it while you were there in real life when you were, while awake and in the Raven Queen's castle. And this is how she would present sometimes. She would have these little fragments of her, never an entire piece. And she doesn't speak to you per se, but the mirror piece floats near, beckoning to be, touched. And this is often how she would give you information, not through words, but by touching one of these, and she'd transfer it.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, you kind of grasp this mirror shard carefully so as not to cut yourself. And you can sense that. Gosh, you know what? Go ahead and make a roll on a. You can either roll a. It's not really a religion check, is it? Roll on a D100 if you would. Yeah, percentile that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Please.
28.
Oh, okay. All right. So, you are imparted with this information. with a little bit, a small sense of urgency, as much as the deity ever has to a mortal. The Raven Queen, the reason she shows herself in these forms is that she's weak currently. She's in a weakened state after the time of troubles some several thousand years ago. She has been in this weakened state, and in order to prevent her form from dissipating entirely, she pulls these memories of herself from the Prime into her castle in the Shadowfell, creating a cloak of identities to sustain her. You may have done some of that before. However, she imparts upon you that one of her rivaling deities, Orcus, is looking to send a small group of forces to hurt her or put her out of commission or further weaken her. And while there's nothing pressing for you to do right now, she's letting you, she has a chosen. She is letting you know and asking you to be prepared should she call for you to aid her.
Okay.
Actually, hang on a second. Right. I don't have my link on here, so let me quickly check that. Oops. She actually does have something. I had a link and it wasn't in here. What? Oh, come on. Yeah, that.
Was it the thing that we talked about, Dan?
I don't know if I shared this part or not. Let me pull it up here. So, oh, gross. Okay. Is this it? Yeah, ew. Okay, so Orcus has this group of creatures called Nagpa that serve them. And this is the small group of dangerous foes that they've sent out. One of them is currently scouring a very nearby Underdark area for lost arcana and lore, things that they can use to hurt and further weaken the Raven Queen. You get the sense that it's somewhere below the city of that you're in, that area of the Underdark. And then you are disconnected from the dream, and you're able to sleep the rest of your night or wake up. But that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh,
woohoo!
You scare me, Dan.
Sorry.
Hey, Rain doesn't know that. I know that, but Rain doesn't know that. So
We're all puppets.
Awesome. Yeah,
I mean,
these are fun strings to ride, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah, for sure.
I love ever since Liam made Vax, I've always been interested in the Raven Queen. Ever since
Raven
then.
Queen is freaking awesome.
Yeah,
she has a lot of fun flavor.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a quick wrap up since I think we might have lost someone, and I'm sure people need to go to bed. Thank you, players, for sticking it out late tonight. Thank you, viewers,
Steph,
for hanging out with us. Thank you, Steph, for managing all this. Super quick, for anyone that is new here, you've been watching Stormfall, our obviously drama and all of the intensity and after school special campaign. You can catch us here on Advert Streams every Friday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. We currently, let's see, we have Tower of Dreams every Saturday, and that's 6 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Eastern.
6 to 9 Eastern. Tower of Dreams, DM'd by Andrew.
I'm like starting to memorize all this stuff.
Nice. Every Sunday night is Obsidian Scar every 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. DM'd by Victoria, our proper naughty campaign. If you don't believe that, go watch last Sunday's episode.
Yep.
It was epic, guys.
Yep.
Like,
Holy
it's so
Toledo.
epic. I almost
Oh
fell
my
out of my
gosh.
chair.
Oh my word. Every Monday night, you can catch The Forsaken, DM by our very own Steph here, which is there's a bunch of political intrigue and floating cities and forbidden magic, and we hoard all the quests and only complete like 1% of them. It's super fun.
Super fun. Also, city killers.
I know.
We may or may not have destroyed 2 halves of the city.
We might be murder
With
hobos
the other
and
half.
not know it.
Yeah, oops.
Not
Did I push the wrong button?
Serves us
Yes,
right.
not know it.
Damn it. Silver's gonna develop a drug problem.
Nice. I need to cope with this. Every Tuesday night, you can catch our all evil campaign, Kira's Lament, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. It's fantastic. And then every Wednesday, you can catch our talk show, our D&D therapy, as Vic coined it, which is Madbird Squawks every Wednesday, 10 p.m.
As I like to coin it, Talks Machina but therapy.
Yes. Nice. Well, thank you all so much. I'm going to have us raid Saving Throw Show because for those that haven't caught it or noticed it or heard it, we are officially part of the Tabletop Gaming Network stream team on Twitch. It's a smaller collective of really good shows and really good content
That's
creators.
Amazing. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's incredible that we are a part of that. I love it. So we're going to go over to Saving Throw Show and raid them. And I hope you'll have a fantastic night. Thank you, Half Donut. Yay. And good to see you. Have a fantastic night. Thank you, Rob, for being over here in this campaign with us. And I can't wait to see how everything goes with Aga. Thank you all, everybody. Another amazing night of role-playing gameplay.
Thank you, Dan, for being a great DM.
It's just the hair.
I'm so glad that you're able to be here and everything.
Yes.
It's great to have you back, man.
We've gone like 2 weeks without you, and I've had D&D withdrawals.
Yo, same.
Brutal. Awesome. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm going to keep waving until you say we're good, Steph.
All right, we're good.
Okay. Hi.